Yo, what is going on, everybody? This is Samuel Brown, aka RBT, and welcome to another episode of Oakland A's franchise series here on MLB 15, the show, as the A's are playing at home today, taking on the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, who are sitting at 11-9 on the season, as the A's are 11-10. As the two starters today, Matt Schumacher of the A's and Scott Kazmir of the Oakland Athletics, who is 0-3 with a 6.65 ERA early on in the season, so he's trying to end his struggles today. Mike Trout with the ground ball to Brock Holt. Brock Holt the flip over to Brett Lowry. Ball is picked out of the dirt by Ike Davis, so a nice double play there. Turn to get out of the top of the first inning. 2 outs, bottom of the first. Alex Rodriguez up to bat, and A-Rod's got to jump out of the way, as maybe a little bit of chin music there from Matt Schumacher and the Los Angeles Angels. Next pitch is a lazy pop out to short left field. Eric Ibar's going to camp underneath, and that out will get the Angels out of the bottom of the first inning. Now moving ahead to the bottom of the second inning, Evan Gattis up to bat, 1-0 count. This pitch is lined into right field, and it will stay fair off the wall as Evan Gattis rounds first and heads to second base. Throws a little bit off the mark, and Evan Gattis just keeps on going and must not have saw the throw come into second base, and he is thrown out at third base. Another big base running mistake from Evan Gattis. Top of the third inning, 1-2 count, 1 out, 1 on. A pitch to Taylor Weatherston, and he gets a little tapper, and he is called safe at first base. So an infield single for Taylor Weatherston. So now runners on first and second base for Eric Ibar. Eric Ibar hits a line drive into left field, and that ball's going to go to the wall. Craig Gentry looks like he's having a little trouble with the ball there, throws it into the cutoff man to home plate. Throw brings Evan Gattis up the first baseline, and that is a 2-run double for Eric Ibar as the Angels take a 2-0 lead. Ibar now on third base. Mike Trout hits a pop-up, and it is going foul, and it's carrying into the stands, and Gentry right at the wall gets the out as the Angels do score 2, but at least Scott Kazmir does limit the damage. Bottom of the third inning, 2 outs, man on second base with Brock Holt up to bat. First pitch of the at-bat to Holt is a line drive right back up the middle. Runner from third base holds up, and then he decides to go very late, and he is going to be thrown out at the home plate. That was Craig Gentry with another base running blunder from the Oakland Athletics, which could have cost him 2 runs up at this point. Evan Gattis, who had one of the base running blunders earlier, hits a deep fly ball into left field, and it is out of here. Evan Gattis continues his tear with a solo home run to left field. Evan Gattis has been one of the few bright spots early on for the Oakland A's, as they are just hovering over 500, but Evan Gattis makes up for his base running blunder from earlier as he cuts the lead to 2-1. A's still trail by 1. Moving on to the top of the 7th inning, Johnny Giavotella with a deep fly ball to center field, and Coco Crisp just loses the ball in the lights, as this one is actually called an error. So no double for Giavotella. Colin Cowgill with the ground ball up the middle, gets past Brett Lowry's outstretched glove, throw home. Coco Crisp misses the cutoff man. Very alert base running as Colin Cowgill advances to second base, as the A's now have a mound visit. Tyler Clippard is now warming up in the bullpen. Let's see how long Scott Kazmir can keep on going. Next batter, Taylor Featherston pops the ball up into foul ground. Ike Davis gets under the foul ball. That is out number 2, as Scott Kazmir hopes to get out of this inning. Next batter, Eric Ibar, 1-2 count. Line drive to Brett Lowry as he backhands it, throw over to first base, and Scott Kazmir gets out of the jam, leaves runners in scoring position as we head into the bottom of the 7th inning. 1 out, Josh Reddick up to bat. First pitch of the at-bat, and this ball is lined into center field. So that is a single for Josh Reddick, and it looks like that will bring out Mike Scioscia, and he will call to the bullpen and bring in Fernando Salas, who is 1-0 on the year with a 1.13 ERA. So hopefully the A's can get to the bullpen. Ike Davis with 2 outs, runner on first base, 3-1 count. Pitch is low as Ike Davis will head down to first base, so time run is now in scoring position. Next batter, Craig Gentry with an 0-2 count, and he goes down swinging on the nasty breaking ball from Salas, as the A's strain 2 runners. As they go to the bullpen themselves, Tyler Clippard comes in the game with 3.48 ERA, 2-0 on the year with a save. David Freese up to bat, 1-2 count. The breaking ball gets some swinging, so Tyler Clippard strikes out his first batter faced. Next batter, arguably the best hitter in the game, Mike Trout, also gets him, this time looking another strikeout for Tyler Clippard. Now a 2-2 count to Albert Pujols, and what an inning from Tyler Clippard as he strikes out the 2, 3, and 4 batters in the Angel lineup, who are not necessarily the worst 2, 3, 4 punch in the league, as the Angels bring in a new pitcher, Joe Smith, 0-1 on the year with a 1.5 ERA. Let's see if the A's can get to him for a run. Brock Holt, first pitch, swinging line drive into center field. So the A's have the tying run on, as their chances are now limited. They got to make the most out of each opportunity. 2 outs, Alex Rodriguez up to bat, 1-0 count. This ball is popped up into shallow center field, as that will be out number 3 as we head into the 9th inning. Now in the bottom of the 9th, the Angels bring on their closer, Houston Street, who was 0-1 on the year with 7 saves already with a 2.45 ERA. So the last chance for the A's. Josh Reddick up to bat, already behind, 0-2. The pitch from Street, and this ball is lined past Eric Ibar into left field. That's a 1-out single for Josh Reddick, so the tying man is on, and the go-ahead run is at the plate. Brett Lowry with the 1-2 count. He's swinging as well, so that's back-to-back singles on 0-2 counts for the Oakland A's. As this ball gets past the third baseman, the runners will advance. So an absolute blessing for the Oakland A's. An errant throw from Colin Cowgill as he brings David Freese off the bag and actually misses the ball. The runners will advance to second and third base, so the potential game-winning run is now on second base, as Houston Street and the Angels decide to walk Ike Davis, and that will bring up the number 9 man in the order, left fielder Craig Gentry, who does have 2 singles on the day. Bases loaded. On the 1-2 count, Craig Gentry goes down swinging for the second straight at bat on the same exact breaking ball. Coco Crisp, the last chance for the A's. Bases loaded on a 1-2 count. Pop up into short left field. Eric Ibar camps underneath, and the A's 9th inning rally is for naught as the Angels win this game 2-1, and a bunch of missed opportunities for the A's. Very early in this game, a bunch of base running errors from the A's, which could have potentially cost them a couple runs, which could have potentially won the game. But regardless, they do lose 2-1 as a final line. Scott Kazmir gets the loss, who is now 0-4 on the year, 7 innings pitched, 7 hits, 2 earned runs, and 7 strikeouts, as Matt Schumacher got the win. As the next 2 weeks for the A's have been kind of a struggle. Lost a couple games and got swept in a 4-game series versus Minnesota, one of the worst teams in the league. They've taken 2 straight from Seattle. As the next episode, the A's will be looking for the sweep as Henderson Alvarez takes the mound versus arguably the best pitcher in baseball, Felix Hernandez. As we're looking at the team really quick, Adam Warren really struggling, 1-3, 5 ERA, as we will move him to AAA. He struggled during spring and so far throughout the season. We bring up somebody, Barry Zito, the veteran, as we send Adam Warren into the AAA rotation. Hopefully he can get going, as he can be a potential asset to this team. And Barry Zito was 3-1 on the year with a 2.5 ERA as he sees the spot in the Oakland A's rotation. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed the episode. If you did, make sure to drop a like. The more likes the video gets, the quicker the next episode of the A's franchise will come out. Let me know in the comment section below who your favorite A's player in this series has been so far. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I will catch you guys next time. Have a great rest of your day. Peace.